My name is Carolyn Demanelis, and I am the actor who is playing the pilot in Grounded. So the last time I did this show, I found out very early on in our rehearsal process that I was pregnant. And so basically once the show went up, I was about 3 months pregnant, and that is part of the pilot's journey that my life coincided with part of the pilot's journey that coincided with my life pretty precisely was the fact that she discovers that she's pregnant, and that is what makes it so that she is no longer able to fly. And now, revisiting the process, I have a son, and it's kind of crazy because now all of these parts that was sort of me imagining what it would be like to be a mother and what that relationship with my child might be like, now all of those parts of the show are so much more real and concrete and resonating with me because it's not sort of an idea of a baby, it's a real baby that I have in my life now. This is a character that she is so precious to me, and it's a character that she is so complex and powerful and strong, but also incredibly vulnerable and scared, and is challenged in such a way with the entire trajectory of her experience on stage. Flying for her is who she is, and she becomes a wife and a mother throughout the piece, but flying, that is how she knows who she is, what she is, and that is where she feels complete and utter joy and ecstasy. And so when that is taken away from her, or when it becomes something else, that's when she starts to lose sight of who she is, what she is, because she no longer has the one thing that kind of has defined her for her entire life. So she is a fighter pilot in the Air Force, and then she finds out that she is pregnant, unexpectedly. And then she gets married and becomes a stay-at-home mom for her child, and that's her life for 3 years. And then she aches to be back in the Air Force, so she returns to her commander, and instead of him giving her her job back, her fighter pilot job, the thing that fills her with more joy than anything, he reassigns her to be a drone pilot. So instead of having her own plane, her own Tiger, she is instead reassigned to fly, but in a trailer in the middle of the desert, and stare at a screen for 12 hours a day. For me, the thing that resonates the most is how us as women, we are expected to fit so many molds and be kind of perfect and settled and just exist in all of those, as opposed to really struggling with the idea of having a career and having something we are so passionate and joyful and in love with, and then also being a perfect wife, and then being a perfect mom, and giving all of yourself to these roles that are kind of assigned to us in life. For me as an actor, the first time doing this play, I was absolutely terrified. And it's a matter of you learn the lines, and it is just you talking for 90 some minutes. And the thing is that this play is so well written that the lines feel organic and true and real, and it's very seamless to find the character in that space. But for me, it is, especially after having a baby and returning to the play, I had all these anxieties about, mom brain not being able to remember lines anymore, or like the kind of stamina that this takes, because you sweat a lot. It is intense. I'm walking around and moving around the space a lot, and getting up on blocks and getting down off blocks. So, in this time of pandemic, it is so joyful to be back on stage, and for me, this is when I also feel like the pilot, in that being back on stage it's my blue, it's my flying, it's what I've always felt that this feels like home. I'm hoping that this production serves as possibility for what theater can be in the here and now. It is not safe for audiences to be here yet, but I think that single-person shows, two-person shows, and shows that have like really creative teams and creative directors and creative actors attached to them that see that there is possibility within these rules and guidelines that we kind of have to play in. I hope that the audience sees the pilot as human, as someone who is struggling but is fighting that struggle. I hope that people who aren't acquainted with the military see that this is a real problem that several fighter pilots are facing and several people that are serving our country are facing, and that their mental health is in extreme danger. And also people who are affiliated with the military, I hope that they see truth, and I hope that it resonates, and I hope that they see some of their experience in the pilots.